he's going to be forced in a position where he has to kind of halt his momentum, or at least halt the way he wants to play significantly just based off of the character he's facing, which is going to be the Billy pick coming out from Reynald.
It is a tough draw when you think about, like, Group B is like, I know a lot of people are talking about Group A and everything, but it feels like Group B is the real like the group of death, in my personal opinion, especially for everybody.
And I would agree with that. I think Rome had said it pretty well during the analysis segment. He said a lot of these players have something to prove, and that is exactly this pool. And they're definitely going to be playing just like it. ET already off to an amazing start as we had prefaced the matchups with that one slight avoidance with that short hop. Allowed Reynald to get the big opener and the side switch now. Hopping in there. Yeah, we get the overhead.
I love the use of the overhead because the overhead didn't really do much, but the thing is, the overhead took out the SPG. That was the reason why the overhead was there. But the thing, like I said, ET is willing to let it rip, right? It doesn't have to be just like wake up reversal. It could just be just challenging reversal. What a high dodge against the Zonikin. That was really good right here. It's time for Reynald. He caught him flinching. Didn't confirm with standing C after the D feint. Went for a much easier light confirm there.
Expected maybe an escape out?
Yeah, possibly maybe a jump out.
Hence why he aimed that pogo to the sky, but now that level 1, the ignition.
That was a hard read, actually. Super hard read going up in the sky. He doesn't really need to do that in particular.
I agree.
Nice little punish right there with the 2B. Okay, I love the chase down. It's not going to be enough. He doesn't have ignition gear to close us out, but this is a guess for game or throw or overhead or anything like that, really. Oh, nice! And ET now. Look at that. ET is like, all right, cool. I could definitely take the Billy. But do we switch to Kindo? Oh, he doesn't.
I would love to see it. We don't see that much type of, oh my god, the rev blow immediately out the gate and rebuttal. But we haven't seen the Reynald gameplay that we're so used to just yet, right? ET is the one putting him upon defense more often than not and dealing the most damage. But now this is the lockdown we were expecting from Reynald, trying to jump out perhaps from the side of ET.
Man, the close A is just such a menace because it really puts you in a position where you have to take so many lights. And because you're thinking about all these lights, you're like, let me hold up, let me backdash. But the thing is, you're just jailed. You're locked into this position right here. And this is the first time throughout this game in particular, ET's has a chance to attack. Okay. Oh, with the bullseye. Nice little wild punish right there. Because I think at that point, Reynald's just willing to kind of like, I just need one hit. I just want some chip damage, or maybe this randomly long-range move will hit to close up the round, right?
Yeah, they were definitely read-based. You saw two of his actions prior when he had ET in the corner, trying to go for like a random rev blow or trying to go for an upper pogo in general, right?
Reynald holding up, it seems like right there. Nice, using the rev guard to push away.
What a dash under against
for the side switch. Yeah, so good there. Uh-oh. What is Reynolds going to do? Nice tech from ET, though. Good challenge. Good break on the Zanikin to kind of like get a cheeky mix-up right here. Steal his turn.
That was very delayed as well. Up to one more blow against Reynald at a sliver, a pixel of health. ET, he's going to be throwing a lot of the
Nice. You know, every time when I see like Okudomaru's use the ninja stars like this, I think of that as like, that's free life. Because
because of just defend.
You only need one just defend, and you just defend all 3 hits, right?
I agree with
It's like free life, right? So that's the thing you have to worry about. Okay, nice challenge right there. High dodge, didn't get a counter hit. We get the light confirm. Still both an SPG here. Super important here to think about. Zanikin with the fakes.
Yeah, hence we saw the read right with the empty jump throw for the side of Reynald to get past the armor potentially. But ET, he was cognizant of it. Snipes him out airborne with the shooting. Now thinking the throw is coming. Reynald was the one to reach first. ET with a full XL route, level 1 coming.
That's the hard part. Like, if anything, if Reynald had, if we had to say what was one thing that's standing out where like ET's taking advantage of Reynald's defense, it's the shimmies. Literally just dash up into hop jump. It always forces Reynald to kind of like reach, right? Because he's always thinking about, oh, he's gonna grab me, right? And it's hard to stop that because of just human habits in general.
That's right.
Because you're so used to doing that. And we're going for Billy again. I'm just really surprised at this. This is a lock-in situation where Reynald has to win 3 straight. We're not gonna see Kind at all. So this is literally do or die for Reynald right here.
Yeah, which is really, really tough to imagine because you were talking about the stats earlier, right? ET, the reason why he's in the loser side to begin with was the fact that he fell short to Fenrich.
Yes. But look at ET with the guard cancels, right? Throwing more of the kunais. Nice. I like that crouching B ender. A lot of people were talking about that crouching B this whole weekend from Billy. It just hits from a mile away. But Okudomaru is another character that crouching B hits from really, really far.
Yeah.
They both have similar, like the in terms of light normals, in terms of crouching Bs, and how do you confirm from it, they're both very similar in many ways.
Yeah, we've definitely seen light confirms a bunch. But again, the shimmy with the short hop. ET, just nice and simple into the ignition. Looking at match point against Reynald. Is this going to be our match of the day 3-0?
It's tough, you know, because everyone was expecting kind of like this huge back and forth, but ET has found what works is the shimmy, right? The shimmy, I feel like even after this, after the sequence, if ET gets a chance, he's going to go for the shimmy to try out to close out the game. Okay, spend the super. Nice. Doing the optimal damage, most damage, safe jump right here. No reason for ET to spend any bar here. And I think this is okay because he's up 2 games and match point. So it's not going to phase him right there. This is all the pressure. You saw, like, we don't know what Reynald was saying, but he's like, come on, man, let's lock in that type of like attitude right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to start. He does get the jump over against the shuriken, fully punishing the projectile, getting the hard knockdown with the rev, but more importantly, the side switch, right? ET being in the corner, forced to use the ignition. Reynald, now on the defensive end, or so we thought up until this point. That jump just hierarching over Reynald for the position.
Nice from Reynald. He adapted from the shimmy right there. That was so good because you saw how ET really wanted that. If he had that, it would have been him in such a hard position. But the fact that Reynald was like, no more, please. And he jumped back. That was huge game changer right there. Huge game changer, huge adaptation right here, especially this is survival. And this is kind of what you think about, right? Reynald's a person that lives on like, if I have 1 more HP left, I play better. Like all my the senses are heightened at this point.
Again, with another similar start as the previous round, that big jump to initiate the punish on the projectile against ET to start off. And exactly how he prefaced it earlier. He went for a back grab in the previous round, and now getting a shimmy out of the book of ET to get a big punish. Look at the lead that Reynald has right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now the momentum is definitely going towards Reynald at this point. He just wants to trade with any type of light to close out the round for ET, and the forward dash against the teleport. That's amazing right there, because that's not easy to do. It's such a fast rev teleport there, and it's plus on block, get a free combo afterwards. Something you have to be careful about. Okay, get off of me, he says.
Very delayed.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the tech window for throws is pretty high, and that's why kind of like the hop jump shimmy does work, because you're preemptively trying to late tech.
You see Reynald actually taking a little bit of a, I want to say like a more patient approach. He's the one that's trying to like back away and force ET to kind of like chill out for a little bit. But ET, again, the way that we preface his playstyle, he's very, very aggressive, and he's showing that off right now.
Oh my god.
That was delayed as hell.
Yeah, with the air rev blow, and it's something we don't really see too much air rev blows in general. That's I feel like we see a lot more ground rev blows, but air rev blows are still kind of unexplored. I must have to say.
Armored dive kick.
Armored dive kick. Yeah, I mean high dodge attack. It's one of those things where everyone's so scared of high dodge attack. Okay, can Reynald close out right here? I mean, oh no, that's a counter hit, gets the crumbled, huge. I think we're gonna spend it. We're gonna cash out. Yes, we are. Hidden gear. No, wow, I'm surprised. We're at 67, pretty high. I guess we want the Oki.
We want possibly the shimmy yet again. This is actually tournament point, match point against ET.
That was so good. What a chase down. ET, can he close it out right here? And he does. He eliminates Reynald. The fact that he caught him. Oh man, and you look at the emotion. He's like, just feels bad for eliminating his rival, his friend. Like, you could see how much passion that they have right there.
He put his head on his shoulder.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He put his whole head on his shoulder. He's like, man, I'm sorry it had to be you.
But the last sequence was so beautiful, because what ET did there was genius. He conditioned all of us to believe that he was going to close out with the hop jump shimmy. Reynald sensed that, so he jumped back. So the fact that ET anti-aired the jump back with the command normal into the rev teleport to close out the combo,